There are players who come to play the game, and then there are players who come to change it forever. Cristiano Ronaldo is not a name, it's a phenomenon, a symbol of relentless ambition, superhuman discipline, and an unbreakable will to dominate. His legacy isn't written in ink, it's carved in stone, in stadiums across continents, in the minds of billions who witnessed the rise of a man who made the impossible routine. Cristiano Ronaldo's story began far from the roar of crowds in the quiet struggles of Madeira, Portugal. Born into poverty, raised in simplicity, and driven by hunger, not for food, but for greatness. From the very beginning, Ronaldo's dream wasn't just to play football. He wanted to be the best. Not better than his teammates, not better than his rivals, better than anyone who had ever touched a football. At age 12, he left home for Lisbon with a suitcase, a dream, and a mother's tearful blessing. He didn't have money for phone calls or comfort, but he had determination. In the academy, while others trained for hours, he trained for double. While others played for fun, he played for survival. He wasn't born extraordinary. He built himself to be. Every sprint, every rep, every drop of sweat was an investment in a future no one else could see but him. And then, the world saw it. In 2003, Manchester United faced Sporting Lisbon in a friendly match. A teenage Ronaldo, fearless and ferocious, humiliated one of the best teams in the world that night. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't just see a player, he saw destiny unfolding. Within weeks, Ronaldo was wearing the iconic red jersey of Manchester United. It was the beginning of a revolution. At Old Trafford, the boy became a machine. His speed, his power, his flair, it was mesmerizing. But what truly set him apart wasn't talent, it was obsession. He trained when others rested. He studied his own weaknesses until they became strengths. He turned criticism into fuel. By 2008, he was the best player in the world, scoring 42 goals in a single season, leading United to the Premier League, the Champions League, and his first Ballon d'Or. But Ronaldo wasn't built for comfort, he was built for conquest. So, in 2009, he made the move that would define the next decade of football. Real Madrid, 94 million euros. The world called it madness. Ronaldo called it destiny. At Madrid, he didn't just break records, he destroyed them. Season after season, he redefined what excellence meant. 40 goals, 50 goals, 60 goals, numbers that once belonged to legends became his routine. He became the fastest player to score 100, then 200, then 300 goals for the club. He shattered La Liga's scoring charts and rewrote Champions League history. But Ronaldo's greatness isn't measured by numbers alone. It's measured by moments. The goals in finals. The comebacks that defied belief. The pressure that would have crushed others only seemed to sharpen him. He lived for the big stage, the moments when everything was on the line and the world was watching. That's when he was at his most dangerous. In 2014, Real Madrid were chasing their 10th European crown, La Decima. For 12 long years, the dream had eluded them. Ronaldo made sure it ended there. His leadership, his drive, and his crucial goals carried Madrid to glory. When he ripped off his shirt after scoring in the final, flexing in triumph, it wasn't arrogance, it was declaration. The king had arrived. And then came 2016 Portugal versus France in the European Championship final. Ronaldo, the pride of his nation, was injured early. He could have walked away. But champions don't leave the fight, they find new ways to lead it. From the sidelines, he turned coach, commander, motivator. Every shout, every gesture carried his fire into his teammates. When Portugal lifted that trophy, the tears on his face told the world, this was more than football, it was fulfillment. His records became so vast they started to lose meaning. Most goals in the Champions League, most goals for Real Madrid, most goals for Portugal. Most international goals in history, more than 870 career goals, an empire of excellence. And yet, behind every statistic lies something deeper. The early mornings, the ice baths, the diets, the sacrifices. Ronaldo didn't just build a body, he built a legacy brick by brick, rep by rep, failure by failure. He turned his life into a masterpiece of discipline. His rivalries only sharpened him. The world pitted him against Lionel Messi. the graceful magician. But while Messi danced through defenders, Ronaldo tore through them. They were two sides of greatness, one born of talent, the other of willpower. Ronaldo thrived on that rivalry, using every Ballon d'Or loss as motivation, every comparison as a challenge. And time and again, he answered with trophies, with goals, with moments of defiance that silenced the noise. In 2018, he left Real Madrid after winning 3 consecutive Champions League titles, a feat unmatched in the modern era. He joined Juventus, and critics said it was the beginning of the end. Instead, he conquered Italy, becoming the fastest player to reach 100 goals in Serie A history. Then, at 36, he returned to Manchester United, scoring twice on his second debut, proving that greatness doesn't age, it evolves. When he joined Al Nassr, many claimed he was done. But Ronaldo doesn't fade away, he expands. His arrival turned a local league into a global spectacle. Attendance soared, broadcasters rushed, sponsors followed. Even in his late 30s, he continues to score, lead, and inspire. He's not just a player, he's a global force, a walking brand of dedication and belief. Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy is not about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's about the countless moments when he was doubted and refused to bow, when he played through pain, through pressure, through doubt, and still delivered. It's about a man who refused to be ordinary in a world that tried to make him so. He didn't just break records, he set standards. He redefined professionalism, showing what it truly means to live for your craft. Young players don't just look up to him for his goals, they study his mindset, his work ethic, his refusal to quit. The boy from Madeira, who once shared a small room with his family, now stands as one of the most decorated athletes in history. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions League titles, 7 league titles, over 100 international goals, countless awards, countless memories, but above all, a legacy built on belief. Cristiano Ronaldo broke records like no one else because he lived by one rule: never be satisfied. He believed that greatness isn't a moment, it's a habit, a way of life. And that's what separates him from everyone who ever tried to follow his path. Because in the end, Ronaldo's legacy isn't just about football, it's about defiance. About the power of a human being who refused to accept limits. About a dream that started in poverty and ended in immortality. Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who didn't just play the game, he transcended it. He broke records, barriers, and expectations not for glory, but for the pursuit of perfection itself. And that is why his name will echo through the ages, not just as a player, not just as a legend, but as the man who proved that with enough belief, enough work, and enough fire, you can break every record in the world and build a legacy that no one will ever touch.